I followed the star across endless darkness, believing it would lead us to the king. But the desert felt wrong, not like promise but like warning. The light above us would not stay still, it moved like something alive watching us. And with every step, I began to wonder if we were being led or lured. Subscribe now and stay until the end of this journey. I still remember the cold wind touching my face that night. The desert felt endless beneath the silent sky above us. We had been traveling for weeks following a star nobody understood. Every evening, it returned to the same place above the horizon, watching us like heaven itself refused to look away. Nobody could explain what it meant. Yet none of us could stop following it. Looking back now, I think we were searching for meaning. Not just answers written in old scrolls. Something deeper, something eternal. If ancient stories still feel alive to you, stay with me. Because this journey changed everything I believed about power and heaven. I traveled with scholars feared by kings across the East. Men who studied stars more carefully than human hearts. I was younger than the others, still searching for purpose in a world that felt empty. Most nights I questioned why I followed them at all. But then the star would appear again. And somehow, my doubts became smaller. Ancient prophecies spoke of a ruler rising in Judea. A king unlike any the world had ever seen. Some called it nonsense, others feared it deeply. But the men leading our caravan believed the sign was real. Soon the journey became harder than we expected. Sandstorms erased roads without warning across the desert. Freezing nights drained the strength from our bodies slowly. Camels collapsed beneath the weight of endless travel. Some servants begged to return home before it was too late. Honestly, part of me wanted to leave with them. But the star kept calling us forward every night. Around the fires, people whispered about the promised child constantly. Was he a conqueror? A prophet? A king sent by heaven? Nobody truly knew what waited ahead for us. But expectation changes people in dangerous ways. Especially powerful men afraid of losing everything. When we reached Jerusalem, the city already felt afraid. Soldiers watched every street corner with suspicious eyes. Merchants lowered their voices behind heavy curtains. Fear lived in Jerusalem long before we arrived there. We entered the city publicly. That was our first mistake. Where is the child-born King of the Jews? Our questions spread through the streets like sudden fire. Some people stared at us in silence. Others looked terrified. That was when I first heard Herod's name whispered carefully. Even wealthy men lowered their voices when speaking about him. Soon, messengers arrived demanding our presence at the palace immediately. Nobody refused a request from King Herod. Nobody. The palace felt colder than the desert nights behind us. Gold covered the walls everywhere, but fear covered them too. I remember Herod's eyes more clearly than anything else. Restless eyes, suspicious eyes, desperate eyes hiding behind polite smiles. He asked carefully about the star guiding our journey westward. The older magi answered respectfully, but something still felt wrong. Herod smiled often during the conversation. His eyes never smiled once. "Find the child," he told us softly before we departed. Then return and tell me where he can be found." He claimed he wanted to worship the child too. But nobody in that room truly believed him. When we left the palace, Jerusalem felt darker somehow. That was only the beginning of our fear. Later that night, the star appeared brighter than ever before. Relief washed through the caravan like water across dry land. The star moved south toward Bethlehem silently through the darkness. And we followed it without speaking a single word. The night itself felt sacred somehow, as if heaven was holding its breath above us. Then suddenly, the star stopped moving completely. Not above a palace, not above an army or royal throne. Above a simple house hidden within the quiet village streets. I remember staring at it in complete confusion. This could not be what we expected to find there. We traveled searching for greatness, wealth, and visible power. But there was only silence waiting behind that small doorway. Only a child resting quietly beside his mother. And somehow, that frightened me more than kings ever had. Inside, the room smelled of oil lamps and dust. Firelight danced softly across the stone walls surrounding us. No guards stood nearby protecting the child from danger. No servants announced our arrival with royal ceremony. Yet none of us could move at first. Slowly, the older magi knelt before the child in silence. I had never seen them bow before anyone in my life. Not even before emperors or kings of great nations. Suddenly, the entire journey finally made sense to me. The star never led us toward earthly power. It led us toward hope. Toward something eternal heaven refused to hide forever. I looked at the child again beside the firelight. And for the first time, I felt truly seen. The silence inside that room felt strangely alive somehow. We left our gifts quietly before the morning light arrived. Gold for a king, frankincense for worship, myrrh for suffering ahead. Back then, I barely understood the meaning behind those offerings. But heaven was not finished speaking to us yet. That same night, one of the magi woke from a dream. His face looked pale beside the dying firelight. "We cannot return to Herod," he whispered fearfully to us. Silence spread across the camp immediately after his warning. Because now we finally understood the truth about Herod completely. He was never searching for worship. He was searching for threats. And threatened kings become dangerous men very quickly. Before sunrise, we left Bethlehem using another hidden road home. Quietly, quickly. Nobody dared look back for very long. But I remember one final glance toward the peaceful village rooftops. The morning light touched Bethlehem softly like fragile mercy from heaven. And somehow, I suddenly felt afraid for everyone living there. Weeks later, terrible rumors reached us from Judea. Soldiers entering Bethlehem during the darkness before dawn. Mothers screaming through narrow streets filled with terror and confusion. Children taken from their homes by Herod's command. Fear had finally consumed the king completely. Some nights, I still hear those stories inside my dreams. The crying, the chaos, the silence left afterward. And sometimes I ask myself the same painful question repeatedly. Did Herod realize heaven had already moved beyond his reach forever? Because kings can command armies, but never command destiny itself. I began that journey searching for answers hidden among the stars. but I returned understanding something far more dangerous than knowledge. Hope terrifies powerful people when heaven sends it quietly. And soon, another witness would hear the order that changed Bethlehem forever.